I thought while I had a few minutes this morning, I would also go ahead and do a quick update on these. I think I've been calling them rainbow red comets that I've been developing. This is a line that I'm making, and it's basically, I don't know if you'd call it a sport, but it's a variant off of these Japan blue gold double swords. I don't know how I ended up with that. It just showed up in the tank. And I've been working on getting it consistent through colony breeding, which is, I admit, a slower, harder process than line breeding, but it is working. I mean, that's the exciting part, that it's working. So I have these two 5.5 gallon tanks right here. This is the tank that I started developing the line in right here. It's an algae fest mess, but it's working. And then it's fully maxed out, packed to the gills, populated. As these are growing up, I'm slowly selling them off. But I took the best, what I thought was the best that was likely to produce consistently what I want, breeders. So I had 2 males at that point and several females, and put them in here, and as you can see, they've been dropping fry in there. And basically what this is a guppy that is red down the dorsal part of the body into the caudal, and it's got a red dorsal, and then it has purple, blue, and gold color on the ventral half of the body, or the lower half of the body, and then there's a short gold sword on the bottom of the caudal fin, or the tail fin. So, I mean, the dominant color is red, but there's quite a bit of other color going on also in a subtle way. And so that's why I call them the rainbow red comet. And if someone has a better name, you can leave a comment on the Facebook group, and I would consider it. But yeah, this has been fun creating my own line here. And this guy's almost trying to produce 3 extensions, short extensions, but predominantly just the bottom one. And I would be okay with a double sword, but I'm shooting for just the lower sword. I like the single sword look. And then you can see the females have a red blaze on the caudal peduncle, sometimes all the way up to the dorsal, and red in the caudal fin, as well as like blue and gold in the caudal fin too. So it's working. And I know it's working because some of these fry this is why I didn't just give these fry away, because I wanted to see, am I getting consistent yet? I'm gonna let them grow up. I've got probably 3 males in here that are 2 to 3 that are definitely consistent with those other 2 males. We'll see if they get the sword, but the coloring is consistent. And that's exciting to see, just in a few generations, that I've been able to get that much consistency. Now that's far from 100% or 90% or 95%, whatever, but it's quite faster progress than I expected to see in a colony setting. Now this female with the red tail looks like she'd be a great choice, but she actually is a random 1st generation red tail female out of this colony here. Don't know why, but they've been throwing weird colors. And I've been trying to cull them out, and I probably could have half a dozen new lines to start out of this line, because they've been throwing so many different variants, usually with red or pink. You can see there's another 1st generation red tail female. Right, where'd she go? There's a pink male. There's a red and pink male there. So don't know why I'm getting so much variation out of them, but it's fun. As long as I can keep up with pulling them out, and we're predominantly Japan blue gold double swords, then I'm fine with getting occasional variations. And if I ever get these guys set, like consistent and stable, then maybe I'll try. I've thought about doing like a pink fire opal or something, because they've got those red and pink males that they keep throwing that are just beautiful. And as they get older, that one I showed you earlier is not very mature yet, but they'll get this unbelievable shimmer to them. So I thought about like a pink fire opal guppy or something, but I don't have room to try and develop. I don't really even have room to properly try and develop these guys, but I'm trying anyway. Once I get them set, maybe eventually down the road I'll try for another variation to be developed. But yeah, that's you can see some of these males right here. There's 2 for sure, maybe 3 that are gonna be just like the dads, which is very exciting to see. Anyway, you can develop new lines of guppies in a colony breeding situation. Don't let anybody say you can't. It's definitely possible. It will be slower, but it's very doable. But you will need more than 1 tank. You'll need at least 2. I've got 2. So as they fill this one up, I'm selling off these to pet stores. Don't contact me and ask me directly if you can buy them. But I'm getting rid of these as they grow up and keeping these. And so eventually this tank will be empty. So when this tank is filled to the gills like that other one is, then I'll move my selected breeders from here into this tank once it's emptied and start again and basically keep refining the line that way. So kind of play in musical tanks. 3 tanks would probably be better, but 2 tanks will do, I think. I will probably keep the males that are maturing out nice in there. And then young females, like smaller females, like this girl here is one that probably came in that one. There's a few of them that are females that are not first generation. But when I get random females out of this tank, I've been throwing them in here because I don't have anywhere else to throw females. So if I can keep it straight, I'm gonna just save the very best that mature out of here, but the vast majority will be gotten rid of. And in doing that process over and over again, just weeding out the best to continue the line. I think I'm gonna, in another few generations, have a really well set line, which is it's just fun to know you've been able to do that. So anyway, that's all. That's the update. Hope that wasn't terribly boring.